We are with you. Continue.
Yeah, thank you for being part of this wonderful platform. I'm very grateful. And this platform has been a very big opportunity to learn and to gain more knowledge from the scholars. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much. And yes, while you were actually making the opening remark, we have our chair, Professor Femi Ajayi, as usual, joining the session. You are welcome, sir. And yes, and we have, yes, from Uganda, we have Mr. Michael Wanjuzi Makungu. Yes, powerful Makungu from Uganda. And also we have Mr. Christian Chukwu, yes, who joined earlier from the UK. And we have the Energy Princess Onome from the Niger Delta. And also we have Adebisi Anisat from Ogun State, FMC. Yeah. So straight to the business of the day, I would like Professor Flores Yusuf to actually give one or two statements about what we want to do today. Why is vision? Why is mission? And also discussing opportunities for members, very important in a network like this. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you very much. I want to say very good morning to all the participants and Professor Femi Ajayi, our chair, and the coordinator, Dr. Adebisi. All welcome to this section. I think it is very important, Sanchami, for any group to know their vision, their mission, and the opportunities out there for them, and how to get the finance in order to pursue their mission and vision. Because a group without a vision and mission will not know the redirection to go. And as we are involving, we need to have it, and we need to work towards it, and we need to have the strategic planning on how to achieve this. So everything we are doing is in order, because that will give us the direction to go, the area we are focusing on, where we want to be, and we'll be able to evaluate as we go on. We'll be able to evaluate, have we been able to achieve the set objective? If not, we go back to the drawing board and try to see what to fix. So we are in the right direction, and it's a good one. And I know with collective efforts of every one of us, we're going to have a robust program, and it's going to be sustainable. So once again, I welcome everybody to this section. Thank you.
Thank you so much, and we are very grateful for your active leading and participation and contributions to this very initiative. And yes, the man who saw it all from the beginning, Professor Femi Ajayi, this is where we are. We have been working in the background on most of these things, but because there has been requests about the GSLSN, then we say, before we are going to present anything, we are going to make it a voice of hope, or a voice that represents everybody. What do you think about this very session today, sir? Professor Femi Ajayi.
Thank you so very much, Dr. Sahi at DBC. Yes, honestly, it's another highly inspiring session that is quite promising. Let me say that Professor Florence, thank you so very much for that opening remark. It's so wonderful. This vision had been there, this mission had been there, and we foresee there's going to be so much opportunities. But we need somebody that will drive it and make it real again and again. And that's what Dr. Adebisi Sahid had been doing. He mentioned that that I've been there right from the onset. Yes, but we don't have the vision so clear as it is becoming now. That is one thing. It is becoming clearer and clearer and and clearer and clearer. And at the point we are now, is just to share the vision and let everybody buy into the vision. Let every member in the network be part of the vision, such that at the end of it all, it will be a benefit for all that have been participating. I want to assure every participant that it's another promising session. And Professor Florence Yusuf, thank you so very much for coming on board. Since the time you joined this network, you have been so active and highly involving. And I want to assure you that you will not be disappointed. And all our young ones that have made it a very important duty to be here with us every time we want to share such a thing like this. We want to assure you that you are not going to lose anything, but you have so much to gain. Again, let me just say, Dr. Saheed Adebisi, you are the man of this generation. And I pray that God Almighty will continue to strengthen you and grant you the wisdom that is needed to drive this vision, to drive this mission, and to attain our set goals. Thank you so very much, everybody, for coming on. And I want to assure you that it's going to be a very fascinating session again. Thank you, and have a very wonderful deliberation.
Thank you so much. And I think Professor Florence is actually asking us to clap for Professor Ajayi. So we appreciate you. We appreciate you. Yes, the man that has been joining, and now is active and well involved, well engaged, and well interested in this very particular session, all the way from Uganda, Mr. Michael Wanjuzi. How are you doing? What do you feel about the direction we are steering the network now?
Thank you very much, Dr. Said. I'm very happy to, and greetings to everybody that is online. Michael Wanjuzi Makongo is my name, and I've been a part of this network for some time. And yes, I'm enjoying every bit of it, and I'm excited for the support that we are getting from Dr. Said and the presenters. We are growing every single day. Me particularly, I'm benefiting a lot from the network, and I put into practice what I have learned. I engage with the community, and although some of them would have loved to be part and join in the program, but due to certain small issues, they couldn't. But they are well aware of what is going on, and obviously, of course, after we finish the session, I sit down with them and I explain to them what is going on. So it is a good thing, and I'm happy to support where possible. Yes, briefly, that's what I can say. Thank you very much, Dr. Said.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. We know you are doing a lot of things in Uganda. You are driving so many initiatives, especially with the UNDP thematic group. Thank you so much. And you are very strategic, and it's very strategic pillar for us to enter with our program in the eastern part of Africa. Thank you so much. Yes, straightforward to the session today. Yes, I present to us the vision, the mission, opportunities, and finances. Yes, let's look at the vision. It says to build a global sustainability community of scholars and leaders adequately empowered with comprehensive knowledge, skills, and resources to contribute to a sustainable future for all. What do you think about this very statement as a vision statement, Sir Amash? Professor Ajayi? I hope everybody can see it clearly.
Thank you. Yes. I didn't want to comment all this while as you are presenting because I think I'm part of this. I'm part of the crafting of the vision. So we have done a lot of assessment of the vision. And we have succeeded in bringing keywords, and it is the keyword this work. Let me say, in vision is in tandem with our vision right from the onset. And we want to ensure sustainable development. We want to bring sustainability into almost every facet of our development. As the Sustainable Development Goal, SDGs, continue to move around in the globe, so that we will not, every member of the network will not be left behind, and that's why we are all over the world. So let me say that this vision, as it is, for me, it's in tandem with what we target to be the end result, so that it will keep driving all of us and everyone, including the upcoming members and the ones that are yet to join, that are coming to join, and the young scientists. Sincerely, I agree in totality with the crafting of that vision. Thank you so much.
It captured what you people have in mind when you started this network. So it's good. It's all encompassing. So I think we can live with this way. Thank you.
All right, Ma.
So, sorry,
yes, Prof.
Dr. Sahid.
Yeah.
Did you hear me?
Yes.
Hear me when I was making my
comment? The global community that is empowered with all these very resources for sustainable future for all. We look at it that the network has to provide comprehensive resources in terms of human, in terms of opportunity, in terms of resources, in terms of support, and in all ramification resources. Then learning experiences, learning in terms of training, in terms of workshop, in terms of building the capacity. So we need to the network has to actually build activities around that, and also networking opportunities, and those should be tailored towards empowering the new and next generation. I have explained what the new and next generation were in the last session. Majorly the post-secondary school students, the undergraduates, and the people in the labor market are fresh, beginning the journey of their career and sharpening their expertise in their choosing endeavors. So, and these very generations should be scholars and leaders, not a scholar that won't have the leadership skills, or not a leader that won't have the scholarship skill, because that is what's generating the problem in the world today. And that was our assumption, that if a leader is not having the scholarship understanding or potentials, definitely the leader will not be successful. And if a scholar doesn't have the leadership traits or training, the scholar won't be able to actually tailor whatever he or she is doing in the lab, in the field, in research, even in the classroom, to actually deliver a solution or solutions to the larger society. So that's the reason why we are targeting both qualities in the next generations and new generations. Should be scholar with leadership, leaders with scholarship. So fostering culture of innovation, collaboration, and impact. Because it is through innovation that we can solve many problems. And it is through collaboration that we can put our heads together, put our expertise together in different fields to actually come with a comprehensive solution. The impact in all ramification, changing of life, impacting the society, and driving change towards a sustainable future. So those are the things that are embedded in this very mission. They are all activities inclined, which is embedded in what we want to do or what we envision to actually get there. So what do you think about this very mission? Let me go to Mr. Juicy, because Juicy is in the eastern part of Africa. So what do you think about this very mission? Because that is where the collaboration actually comes in, and innovation and impacts. Mr. Wanjuzi.
Thank you very much, Dr. Said. Thank you. It is, for me, I support the mission in a way that it encompasses, it is global. It's a global network, and whoever is a part of it stands to benefit from the benefits of the network. Like I said before, I am available to support in any way to make sure that our objectives are achieved. And yes, I'm happy. I'm happy to support Dr. Said. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so very much. And yes, we have another person representing community in the activities here as well. Oh, she had a brief discussion of a network. That is Mrs. Onome. Okay, yeah, let us move on. I think, yes, is there any moderation that you observe that we can include in this to moderate it better? Prof, ma. I think Professor Ajayi is not having a good network where he is. And very likely he is even traveling. Very likely that he is even on move. Yes, my prof, ma.
Yes, for the mission, I think it's okay. It's okay. He addressed everybody together. Whether you are a new scholar or you are old generation, he addressed it together. I think we are good to go with the mission. Like last week, we talked about it. We are good to go. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, ma. Then I will move to the opportunities. Like a prof actually said in the opening remark of this very session, that it is very important for every member to know what they stand to gain. And that is where we come out with this, we come up with these very opportunities that the GSLSN should be able to provide certain things to the members. And number one is should offer every participant and also members, because not all members will become participants. Not all participants will become members. It is only few ones that are having interest in belonging that will actually belong, because participation is open to everyone around the world, but membership is a matter of choice. So, but for all the members and participants, the GSLSN that we are trying to build should be able to provide incredible experiences in terms of what? In terms of serving the opportunity for all to share their inspiring career stories. And that is actually what we started with. Whenever we have a guest like this, we are going to first of all listen to their own career story so that we can get inspired, so that we can get motivated, so that we can actually send a message that on the network, we are having the resources that people can actually tap from. And that is how we have been actually piloting all the sessions. So apart from that, that very story should be imparting. And also, not only that, the professional knowledge and skills will also impart certain things in the people that are listening or viewing. Then we advance to the level of collaboration on sustainability solutions, solution projects, and also open up the participation to all members, and also open up participation to all members. We have a wonderful guest here today, and the person has been able to actually, sorry, I want to digress a bit because the person entering now is a professor from Malaysia, and he has been very passionate and enthusiastic about this very network. And when he saw about, I think the poster we posted last, and I was actually motivated to share his profile on our communities. I think one of those times that I will do that, due to the passion that the person is actually bringing on board. And I think it will be very interesting to know that in the next session that I am going to talk about, especially now that I am on the project, we have been able to put him together with Professor Florence Yusuf and Professor and Dr. Renuka Takor. I think yes, and Dr. Renuka Takor on a project that we submitted last week. We submitted that very project last week because that is one of those things that I am trying to actually talk about. So what I'm saying is that we have a new member who is willing to actually contribute at all level, whatever is going to take the network to the next level, and that is a Professor Dr. Airi Mohammed Adnan from Malaysia. So is it good morning or good evening in Malaysia now? We can't hear you. We can't hear you, Prof.
Okay. It's
Okay.
actually good afternoon. It's actually good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. 4:40 p.m. in Malaysia. Sorry to join late. Got other things just now on. Thank you. Very nice to meet all of you, especially Dr. Shahid. Nice meeting you, sir.
Yes, thank you so much. And yes, let us have your own career journey and inspire and get inspired from that very beautiful journey of you in the academics and also in what you are doing for humanity. Thank you.
Thank you.
Professor Irie, can we? Yes,
Okay.
let us. Yes.
Okay. So first of all, again, thank you so much to Dr. Shahid and the GSLSN community. Thank you so much for having me. I feel very honored to be part of the team here from Malaysia. My name is Hairil. By the way, I've been in academia for about 22, 23 years already in higher education. My areas include multidisciplinary, would be in educational studies, applied linguistics, and counseling, also psychology and sociology. I've been teaching for a number of years and also serving international communities, for example, in the ASEAN Communities, Association of Southeast Asian Communities. That will be in Indonesia, also in Singapore, in and a few other countries also near us, including also in Greece, unbelievably. So becoming a fellow for teaching in higher education. higher education. So I'm pleased to join, and then please tell me how I can help in terms of developing GSLSN as much as possible, and also hopefully at one point to promote your good work, your good efforts to my colleagues here in Malaysia. Hopefully I can do that to you. I'm, by the way, attached to University Technology Mara, the biggest university in Malaysia, the biggest, and it got nearly 200,000 students all over Malaysia. Thank you so much again. Thank you, Dr. Shahid, and thank you, friends, colleagues. Thank you.
We are so very excited and inspired to actually have you on board, and quickly prepare your profile and share it in our community. And everybody was just like, wow. And it has been a wonderful experience. And you were looking forward to this session today. And I was like, I hope you will be able to join, and finally you joined. Thank you so much. And I would like to call upon one of our powerful member, and also an academia, a community faculty member, and purpose rank, how do I call it? I don't know, the chairman of all the chairmen. Professor Yusuf, to welcome Professor Airi formally to the community. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Davis. Professor Dr. Airi from Malaysia. It is our pleasure to have you on board. You are highly welcome, and good afternoon in your own place there. Why it is 4:50 in my own place here, a.m. I know Dr. Davis must be in around 10 a.m. or something there. So we welcome you and listen to your profile. And I quickly put something down because I know you are going to be partner in progress on this network and in other areas, because I can see that you are in psychology, you are in counseling that has to do with language and other things. You say, wow. So I know you are going to contribute greatly to this network. And together we will move it forward and get to a sustainable stage. Thank you very much, and you are welcome on board. Thank you.
Thank you so much. As we are welcoming our professor from the largest university, I guess not only in Malaysia, I think in that very region, because several thousands of students running to hundreds is not a joke when we are talking about a community of academia. And we are very happy to have you. And yes, we are actually reviewing some of the statements of the network, because we have been on pilot for quite a while, and this year in 2024 we started fully the program, and it evolved into a network, and the network of powerful people, very powerful people like you, people like Professor Yusuf, people like Professor Ajayi, people like Dr. Renoka, people like these are powerful people that are actually moving the agenda of sustainability around the world. And like some others leaders that have actually been joining. And we are trying to straighten our statement, because there has been a request of the people about the network. They want to invest, they want to promote one project or the other, they want us to partner, but if we don't have harmonized voice that really represents the network, we can be having different versions, and that's why we are trying to review most of these things. I share some, the last one that we did to you last week, and this is the one we are doing for this week: the vision, the mission, and the opportunities. So I am actually on the opportunities, but please take time to look at the vision. If there is anything that you want to suggest to us, and the mission, if there is anything you want to suggest to us, let us know. But I am actually on the opportunities, that I am trying to explain that if members don't have the full knowledge of what they stand to gain, they may not have that very passion to actually get involved like it is used to be. And I was actually on collaboration and open participation in sustainability solution projects. Yes, this is where I was. And I want to mention that we submitted we initiated a proposal last week that we submitted a draft, which we had you, Professor Airi, we have Professor Flores Yusuf, we have a Dr. Takor, and on that very particular proposal, yes, I am still working to complete the full proposal about it so that I can share with you that you have input. But that amounts to something, because it is about, I think that very proposal is about 75,000 US dollars. Yes, 75,000 US dollars in an amount that they want to actually approve for it. And that very particular proposal, it is an initial proposal to drive a research towards developing a solution that worth 1.5 million US dollars and above, according to that very grant. So these are the opportunities that the members that are really committed and fully committed are actually stand to actually key into. And when this is actually happening, the new generations, the next generation scholars are going to benefit, because they are the ones that will be at the implementation process, because the leaders will lead the proposals, the projects, while the implementation are going to be the activities that the new scholars, the next generation scholars are going to get involved in. And by that way, it is like building a sustainable engagement that can fetch you something while you are contributing to humanity. And to me, like, I used to have the understanding, in as much as you are working for a system, whether research, academic, or something, if you believe in the work process, you must believe in the termination of the work service. That is, when you are telling your tenure, they are going to actually release you to go. But after you have left that very system, do you have anything to actually continue doing? And that is where this kind of a network activities stand to benefit individuals. It is a long lifetime commitment. Whether you are driving an initiative and you belong to a community where you can offer your service and expertise, and in return, you continue to live a good life. And that is where this very proposal as well, that's worth 13,000 US dollars. It has been submitted. It has been submitted last week again. And before that, I think in May, we submitted one proposal that's worth 500,000 US dollars that we actually had 10 to 13 members of our network from 10 countries, 30 members from 10 countries are going to implement. And one thing that is very strategic in all this collaboration and partnership is that the funder will believe a strong team rather than an individual that is the best brain. How do I mean? If you have a strong team of diverse backgrounds and people of quality in your team, you stand a chance to win most of these very grants than if you are the best and you are like trying to implement your own agenda. So the trust in a team is higher than the trust in individuals that is claiming to have the best brain. So these are the opportunities that we are opening up, and these are the things that we are trying to open up. And on this very note, all the proposals that have been submitted are actually focusing on education, learning, enhancement. But we are thinking around something that is going to be for another thematic focus of people that are in area of a climate change or climate action, because we have a number of our members working on that very thematic area. So we are trying to build team around most of these very focuses. So we have the people that are core educationists. This is where we are focusing now. We want to actually build another project around the people in climate action. Those that are driving the clean energy, those that are driving the carbon footprints, net zero projects, climate education, and the rest like that. We are building up to actually make a project proposal on that. And whatever proposal we are actually trying to actually bid for is not something less than what we have said. So because our network has that very capacity in human resources and in expertise to actually front any scale of projects anywhere in the world. And that is what we are trying to maintain. They believe if it sees through that very lens, we have the opportunity to be called for interaction. And when that happens, that is a breakthrough for our new and next generation scholars and leaders. Because what DAAD is actually doing is to finance scholarship, is to finance training, is to finance school activities. And that is how strategically we are actually moving closer to all these. And I know there are sort of those opportunities closer to many of our top leaders and scholars, like Professor Henry. I know from his experience, we will have some network or some link that we can actually tap into that can benefit most of the new generation and next generation, because that is what we want to achieve. And that is where we are going to build on our vision, whereby the community of whom we want to represent will be scholars and leaders adequately empowered with comprehensive knowledge, skills, and resources. These are what we are talking about. And I am happy that these opportunities are what we want to create. These opportunities are what are available. These opportunities are what is doable. These opportunities are what we are accessible. From the little experience that I have, and from the vast vibrancy of and brilliancy of our leaders and scholars that are on this very platform. So what do you think about this? Let me start from Mr. Wanjuzi. What do you think about these very opportunities? Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Said. The way you have explained, it looks to be a very big, you have a very big vision for this network. And this vision is all-inclusive, and the participants stand to benefit from the activities of the network, which is very useful for our community. And for me, I will talk in terms of climate action. I am actively involved in planting trees. I have done projects in my community where people are engaged in restoration of the environment, and I have set up a community nursery bed where I'm the nursery operator, and students and women, youths, they come, they learn how to, how to plant a tree and look after it. And in the end, they enjoy the benefits of the tree, create an impact through this network we have. So yes, I am in support of it, and I'm looking forward to taking part in the activities of the network. Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you. Thank you so much. And yes, I think we have Dr. Professor Peter Adewale. You have listened to some of the comments and also discussion we have been making.
Dr. Said, it's a great one, because when you have an opportunity that we will sustain beyond your active days at work, it's a good one, because it's a lifelong thing that you will be relevant in your community. If you're relevant in the project and the network you are doing, is a great one. And when you talk of climate thing, is the key thing now, because there are a lot of climate changes problem. Another problem in our environment is, like I mentioned the other time, that in my college, we have a group now, the sustainability group, and we do a lot of things that has to do with environment sustainability. It's unfortunate that Dr. Adewale could not talk. He's one of my staff in the college, and that is his area, is in environmental education. And that is exactly what we are doing. Planting tree, Uniosun is one of our area of specialization, that we plant tree so that as one is growing, other one is growing. Like the other side, that we have the management team in my college, they planted tree. And you remember during Professor Labo's time, we planted a lot of tree. And we are seeing the benefit in controlling the erosion and other things. So it's a good thing. The networking, the opportunities there is great. So people just keen into it, because it's a long-term thing, and the benefits will be so enormous that we will not be able to even quantify it. So I feel it's a good thing. The opportunities, wow. So everybody should just key into it, and key into it with all dedication and commitment that takes. Every other thing will fall in place as we move on. Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you so much. And I will call on Professor Irie. Professor Irie, what do you think about these opportunities?
Thank you so much, Dr. Sahid and colleagues, professors. Again, thank you for the opportunity. I think in terms of talking about, when you talk about things like climate change, when you talk about things about that relate to how the world is actually changing very quickly due to climate change, and in Malaysia and in Asia, Southeast Asia especially, we're feeling the brunt of this. Suddenly, places with that don't have typhoons, typhoons come instead of one time, it comes 2-3 times. For example, for my colleagues, for my friends in the Philippines, they just faced a very, very strong typhoon, which led to flooding and all that. So it's actually a very serious matter. In terms of higher education, I think what we are doing now, taking the Malaysian example, or what we have in ASEAN, Association of Southeast Asian Nations, when we get together, what we try to do is actually to inculcate, to put in somewhere in the curriculum of higher education, things like taking care of the climate, taking care and doing something to help. So things like promoting, we promote to our students what we call service learning. So instead of just going to class, instead of just going to class, learning all the theories about this is what causes typhoons and this is what happens during flooding and all that, what we do is we ask students to go out to engage in community-based projects. So service learning, in Malaysia we have it, we call it Sulam. In Indonesia they have it, they call it KKN. It's called KKN. So these are the things I think we can build upon. We can build upon. If you want to do a project and if you want to do a proposal, taking into account service learning and connecting service learning with the issue of climate change or any other things, carbon, any things like, for example, poverty, things like minority education. So service learning, I think, is a good bridge. And this is what we've learned from our own experience in Southeast Asia. I think service learning can be built as the base for anything that you want to do. For example, a proposal on helping the community or developing a new course, or even going beyond that. We can even do a conference or something on service learning. So we as the lecturers, we as the educators come together, we have our students, and then we have the community working together, and it can go across boundaries. For example, in Malaysia, what we do is we do service learning. We ask our students to go to neighboring countries, so neighboring countries come to us, and then we can learn about the community, we can learn about things that happen, serious issues like climate change, and see what we can do about it in the real world, on on the ground, in the field itself. So that would be my suggestion, if to add to our discussion today. Thank you. Thank you.
Wow, wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. I think service learning is somehow connected to what Professor Yusuf was actually trying to actually conceptualize in our education system in Nigeria, where we have deficit of teachers, where we are thinking about voluntarily, people will volunteer some hours of their days or some time of their day, or even some that are not employed who are interested in teaching. We train them, they just go to different schools and go and allowances from the grant that we are going to push. I think it is an idea of service learning. And I think from what Mr. Wanjuzi is also saying, it is a kind of a service learning that voluntarily planting trees with the communities and the rest like that. And I want to suggest something. Our 120 million US dollars grant that we want to push, can we build it around service learning? I'm just thinking. Can we build it around service learning? Let us think about it. So, service learning, something like that, because that amount is a huge amount of money that we need to build activities, all the encompassing activities around it. But I think putting it under service learning initiative is going to actually make a lot of sense. Building the climate activities service learning cluster, building the education service learning cluster, building all the creativity, because we are also working on another proposal that is making education easier through creativity. You learn it through the film, you learn it through the documentary, and it's going to be sustainable, inclined education system. That is, you are filming your drama, you are filming your dancing, you are doing a lot of things in creative world, trying to teach one of the SDGs. So these are the things I am thinking, and I think maybe we can look at it together later. That very 120 million US dollars grant, we can build something in that on service learning initiative, on something. I'm just thinking. Professor Ayri, what do you think about this?
I personally think, honestly and very sincerely, I think it is a very good thing. Because when we take something like academic research, for example, if we very much focus on what we lecturers do, what we professors only do, so it doesn't get down to the ground. And the thing about service learning is it builds a bridge. It builds a bridge. This is where we want the next generation to come in, to understand things like climate change is a very serious matter. It's actually, the implication is for everyone. It doesn't just happen to me or to you. It happens to everyone. No matter where you live, you can live in Africa, you can live in Asia, everywhere, it is a very serious matter. So what we want to do is not just to teach, but we want our students to go on the ground. So we as the lecturers, we teach, we mentor them. So they go down to the ground, they go to the field, do the projects. And then what happens is the community gets, benefits from that. So I think looking at the layers of service learning, I think it is a wonderful project. And based on our experience, our humble experience in Malaysia and Indonesia, we have been doing that for some time. And it's actually very helpful, especially for the community receiving that seriously. That's my personal honest opinion. Thank you.
Can I make a comment? Dr. Ebisi?
Yes.
Okay. Can I?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I wanted to call you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Ebisi and Professor Ayri. It's a good idea, the service learning initiative. But I would like us to take it beyond only the students and the lecturer. Let's take it even to the community, teaching them. The initiative can include them. Because, whatever we are doing, those people in the community that are not in the school environment should be involved if we are going to get the real answer So if we are training our students on how to do it, our students who will become the trainer of the training. Do you understand? They have to train it. It's going to be a kind of education that you train some people to train other people, so that we get into the grassroots. Because whatever we are doing as literates, if we fail to take those people that are not literate along, we are not going to get the end result. Because me and you, we know what to do at a particular time, but some of them don't know what to do. They see some people as a privilege. Let me give you an example. Some people may, during the rainy season, when they see the flood passing through, what they do is to carry everything in their dustbin into it. It's because they lack certain knowledge. That all those things we backfired come back. We had a lot of issue with flood this year in Nigeria. We battled with. But it's because of something is lacking. Education is lacking. So if we are doing, the initiative is a good one, but we should extend it beyond students and lecturers to the community, the market women. Those people, we have Okada in Nigeria. I don't know if you have it. Bicycle we refer to as Okada. Those people in the garage, do you have it? Something like that. That they don't know how to handle certain things. So by the time we take it to them, we educate them, they will know what to do. So it's a good initiative, but it must be all-encompassing. We should have a focus that will be all-encompassing, and everybody will be involved in one way or the other, so that we get into the roots of the problem. Because unless we do a general overhauling, we may not be able to get to area of sustainability. Thank you very much.
What is doing in this slide? GSLN is an opportunity network loaded in many ways. By the way, I'm an agricultural extension specialist. I see this network as the only one where I can have gamut of opportunities. From my end, I specialize in participatory methodologies, and that is community entry principles. How do we bring every opening? We'll be asking for, how do you sustain this project, this opportunity? If you are in entrepreneurship, how do you sustain whatever opportunity you have? How do you sustain it? How do you keep it on without compromising the future generation ability to meet their own needs? How do you ensure that the grant survives? How do you ensure that this is the network that we train everybody, that we bring every knowledge together? And you know, we are talking of multidisciplinary research, action, and so forth. This is where we can get them. Opportunity abounds. I'm preparing my inaugural lecture. Though I'm not yet, it's my interest. I believe in the status of every individual, that the status attained by any individual is on a tripod stand. And what is the tripod stand? The knowledge, the skill, and the attitude. That is what we place everybody at any status we are today. And that is what opportunities is abound to place us. If you acquire knowledge, if you acquire skill, if your attitude towards it is not in tandem with what you have acquired, of course, you will not attain higher status. You will not attain higher level. This is important. Opportunity here, we are stressing that we want to ensure that people acquire knowledge, the skill, and collaborate. You know, many of us, the way we are trained, especially in our university system, in our educational system, in Africa especially, we want to be individualistic in our approach. Many universities, many training institutions, they don't encourage group work. So it is difficult for many people to collaborate. Everybody want to be so selfish. We want to show the whole world that this is what we are. Whereas the world is not even celebrating individuals any longer. We need to come together. We need to collaborate. We need to contribute our experiences. We need to guide who will commit $1 million into the hands of just an individual. Can that individual work all alone? So we need to collaborate. Let us break edges. This is what opportunity the network will afford us. And we'll be able to move further and forward in all that we do as members of this network. This is my contribution. And I want to encourage everybody on this platform that you have something to contribute. You have something to learn. You have something to collaborate with. You have opportunity in this network. Even if you have a proposal, you want to package and repackage, and you need to collaborate with somebody somewhere, contact Dr. Adebisi Saheed, who is our leader here. He will definitely link you up. These are opportunities. Professor Florence was talking about environmental issues that has been running at our university. It's also a very wonderful opportunity. If anybody looks at, we prepared a proposal sometimes ago, greening of schools. We believe that all our schools need to be green. We need to go back and be closer to nature. Greening of schools, unfortunately, someone else hijacked the proposal and was the one that was appointed to implement it. But if I've had these opportunities of this network before, around then, that's I'm talking of year 2000, thereabout, one would have just key into these opportunities. And I can assure you that with the likes of Professor Florence, Dr. Saeed, and all others that are geographers, that are specialists, me as an agriculturist, that are environmentalists, we would have hit it. Thank you so very much. The opportunity of having you, I'm excited.
Done very well, all the team members, all the learned professors, especially Dr. Shahid, you've done so much. And I think in terms of imparting professional knowledge and the collaboration part, I actually love the collaboration part. But it's my personal philosophy has always been, let's build bridges, yeah, and knock down the walls. We don't want walls. We actually need to build more bridges, especially for us in the academic community across the world. Let's build bridges. So in terms of collaborating, participating, I'm all in. I totally support. Everything is A-okay. Lovely. Congratulations to the team. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Yeah, Professor Vishnu. You are
Yes, good
looking
afternoon,
refreshed. You are looking refreshed. Am I the only one seeing this? You beat up. What are you eating in India? Can we come and join you in India?
Pardon?
Can we come and join you in India to eat your food so that we can chop up?
Yes. So, good afternoon, Dr. Shahid Adivasi. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon,
Good afternoon, all dignitaries present over here. I'm really grateful to all of you that I'm fortunate to have in this platform today. And I really express my sincere thanks and gratitude, especially Dr. Shahid Adivasi, for his excellent contribution towards achieving global sustainable development goal, and all other dignitaries who are present in this platform are really grateful to all of you for all of your contribution towards achieving a sustainable development goal, towards making a better society, better civilization across the globe. Thank you so much for your kind cooperation, for your contribution, everything. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. And yes, I think it is a gathering of professors today: Professor Vishnu, Professor Airi, Professor Yusuf, Professor Femi Ajayi, and also our very wonderful scholars, Mr. Christian Chukwu from the UK, Ms. Lovelyn from Nigeria, Adebisi from Nigeria, Mr. Michael Wanjuzi from Uganda, Comrade Alimi from Nigeria. Yes, yes, it has been a wonderful gathering today. Very wonderful one, very wonderful one. So the last bullet on this very presentation today is finances. Actually, it was a voluntary commitment until when we had the call that people were asking about what has been the state of finance and how do you present your case and the rest of that. Then we try to reflect on what people have been doing and what we want to do going forward and the rest like that. Then I tried to look at our records from the sessions, and we estimated the expenses so far. Like I said, it was not conscious because we were not actually tailoring it towards finances. We were just committing and committing and committing, and people were supporting. That was how we were actually implementing these various sessions. And from the record, we have that we have been able to do a lot of things, especially from individual contributions and voluntary efforts. So we have estimated expenses on sessions, software that we are using, studio gadgets, and website. We have been able to have expenses worth $1,200, and that's in naira. In Nigeria, that is around 1.8 million naira. I couldn't imagine that we have spent that much. I couldn't imagine that we have spent that much. And yes, we have 12 members that actually contributed to this, and we have them as support, like part of that support. They will just start me up. Do you need anything? I will say, whatever you need, you can just support us with it. And the first person that did that was Sab Bashkaran, who sponsored the Zoom we are actually using. And he sponsored it for a year, which means that it is going to lapse in April 2025. That was the first support that we actually received from the voluntary support of members. Then others started contacting me in a private session, and whatever even they give me individually, I put it in this very record. Even the last visit of Professor Yusuf, that she dashed me that very new note of cash. It has been added to this very support, because it was through the network that I am able to actually meet Professor Yusuf. And so everything is total to $415, and that is about 645,000 naira in Nigerian money. So which means that we have been able to voluntarily, not consciously, to put together $415 while we have spent $1,200. Who is the bearer of the remaining balance? I think it is the global facilitator. I don't know, but we are actually coping and we are driving the network forward. Yes, what are the other finances issues? The other finances issue is that we have been able to drive not two, three educational proposals. Like I said, the first one was about $500,000 that we submitted for 10 countries, and we have 13 members, participants. Professor Bishnu was there, Dr. Renuka was there, and some other facilitators and something like that. Then we submitted another one that Professor Irie was part of it, because it was about when I wanted to submit that I met him. Then Professor Yusuf was there. Then we have Dr. Renuka, and also I think somebody else was there. I cannot remember vividly. So that is 75,000, and we have another one submitted. That one has no definition of a membership, but I think Professor Ajayi was there, and also some other members that are going to. Yes, Mr. Yuen from USA was there. and this our facilitator from Thailand. 101, yes, Miss 101 was there, and some other members are there. That is 13,000. So, which means that we're actually driving the spirit and commitment of a collaboration and a partnership. And like we have started the discussion, we are actually looking towards another grant that is going to have all encompassing a cluster that we have started discussing around the service learning and some other things that we can actually modify in. And in Nigerian money, it is about 188 billion naira. So we are trying to build that very proposal. We have registered the platform and we have domiciled it into a hosting, but we need to build ideas around this so that it will be a worthy commitment to actually bid for that very amount. And these are the state of finances. Then we want to look strategically at how we drive the finances so that we can balance up the reward and credit finance. During the evaluation that led to this very expensive estimation was that how much did it cost me to actually host or participate in a session? Then I value it to be $3 per session. That if we use 2 hours, 3 hours, then I am going to commit a credit, internet credit, then the billing of the something, and everything was totally to $3 per session. I don't know how much it's going to be for individuals in different parts of the world. So we are going to harvest that very information. Then we can come up with a credit unit for our participation in our sessions, so that if a member is attending a session, we are going to value it as contribution. That is what I'm thinking. Because everything is not about money. Everything can be valued in terms of commitment. If you participate in a session of the network virtually, how much credit have you contributed? So we are going to factor that into what we are going to be adding up as a credit to individual participation. Then if you participate in a project, we are going to value it as a credit, because the personality and expertise of individual that we are putting on the project, it had value, it's a added value to that very proposal to be considered. Putting Professor Hairi on the proposal, when the assessors is seeing the profile of Professor Hairi, it's going to add value to that very proposal. It's going to be different from when only Said Adebisi is actually submitting a proposal. It is a different ball game. When we have Professor Yusuf adding value to that very proposal, as her personality and her expertise is going to add value to that very proposal. So we are going to be value all these things as a credit, as a contribution, because in case the investors want to know how much we're actually committing, we are going to value this credit together to actually value the worth of the network. Because that is the idea that came to my mind, actually. The participation, we value it in terms of a credit. Yes, we value it as a credit. Then some other commitment, we will work around the innovation to actually value it as a credit, that we will know the worth of what we are contributing to make that this very GSLSN sustainable. So those are the ideas that came to my mind. And some other things, we want to actually make it to be a financing of voluntary donation. A financing of a voluntary donation, like some people have been doing. The last person that gave me money was actually one of our new generation scholars, and that is Nora. Nora gave me 5,000 naira last weekend for this session. He just say, please, Dr. Adebisi, I want to dash you something. I said, what do you want to give me? You don't have money. What do you want to give me? He said, no, I just feel like I just want to contribute something. And she actually credited
Thank you very much, Dr. Davidson. Honestly, it's a good one because there is no way you can implement certain things without finances. And making it voluntary is good. And that is why people should have sense of commitment to anything we are doing, because it's service to humanity. So I agree with you, when people take certain percentage from the grant or something, they should drop something to the common purse so that it should be easy for you or for anyone to draw from it. So it's a good one. Not billing people is good so that people will not feel the need to run away. But people should do it voluntarily, because when you want to give service out, it's not about what you take in, but you give out to, you receive. So it's a good thing. And it's a good idea of having something in the past to do it. And I will be willing to support that. Thank you.
I trust you. I trust you, ma. You have been doing that even without asking. So, Professor Bishnu, thank you so much for joining. I think you are joining today at the point of where we have opportunities and finances. What do you think about the ideas?
Yes, good afternoon, Dr. Adivesi. Good afternoon, all dignitaries present over here. Idea is good because the scholars, students, and researchers, they need support, and support should be provided by the persons who are capable to provide. So, of course, this idea is good. Unless we will not provide any support, the scholars and students not able to explore themselves, not able to show their potential. So this idea is good. I appreciate this idea. Hope it will effective.
Thank you.
Yes. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so very much. And Professor Irie, what do you see to all these ideas?
Thank you, Dr. Shahid, and thank you, colleagues, members of the council. I think that's to be fair when you talk about anything that comes to money. I think the most important thing is we need a paper trail. Paper trail be very fair. It's just like whatever is spent, then we need to have some sort of record. I think let's be fair. That would be the basics of it. Some of the issues that I think even we ourselves we face in Malaysia when we get research grants and all that, we spend money, but there's no record. Then when there's no record, then problems will happen later on, not just with the university, but sometimes even external parties will be auditing us, and then we cannot answer. I think have a paper trail, that'd be fair. In terms of spending, in terms of how it's spent, it can be discussed later on. Paper trail, a record, good recording, good record keeping. Sorry, yeah, good record keeping of any finances. I think that's just a basic of it. That's basic of it. So I totally support whatever you're planning to do, Dr. Shahid. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so very much. And yes, Professor Ajayi, I think I hope the network is going to favor us.
And we didn't have people. And somebody just complained that it's because I don't have resources to join. I mean, it's quite good of you to have brought everything in monetary terms. That's great. About proposals that were sent out for grant, even in the universities, research institutes where some of us belong, even where I was in Southern Africa, if you get any grant, there is a percentage that is going into the institution, which gives you recognition. And none of these proposal will fly if you don't have this network. It is the network that is giving us a platform to look for these grants. I don't think of anybody that we say that I don't want to part with a given percentage of whatever is coming to me. It's bonus. And I think that is also very good. And the decision not to bill anybody, that people should just contribute voluntarily. In Nigeria today, let me just mention it to our international members. In Nigeria today, before such a network is registered, it requires a lot of financial resources and commitment, and that is the only thing that can give us license, leverage to work and to bring other people in, to have certificates that will give us recognition. Dr. Said did a lot to raise the fund that was able to launch the network into that. I am in total support of every of the proposal of financing and fund generation, and that members should be very free to donate, and members can join without any financial commitment. That is great. And that makes this network so unique. It makes it so unique. And I congratulate everyone that is a member, and also our coordinator. He said he doesn't want me to refer to him as a leader any longer.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. And yes, these are the issues, these are the bullets that we have prepared for today. But because of certain clarifications, I'd like to say that all what we have been saying were not actually consciously prepared or designed. It was because of our evolution and what we are witnessing that has made us to be thinking in those directions. Because when I was called upon by investors that they want to access the GSLSN, they asked about the finances, and I was like, we didn't have anything like that. We are all doing what we are doing as a voluntary commitment. And they say, no, we must have a record, like Professor Iris said, that there must be a record references, even if it was not very, very critical, but at least.
Yes, Dr. Debisi, I'm fine. I managed to joining in late.
How is work over there?
We are pushing.
Overloaded desk. Yes, these are the things we are discussing today. What do you think about it?
Sincerely, I appreciate the work that is ongoing, and I've listened to other scholars and experts in the house. My thoughts actually resonate with what they have said. Absolutely, I'm in full support. And we are making very good progress. My inspiration was further activated, I think 2 days ago. I listened to the last session's meeting last night, I think night before last, and I was really encouraged at the progress we have made so far. Thank you very much. We are making very good progress, and we are on the right track. I'm in full support. And thank you for your kind understanding of our people like us, our erratic participation.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Actually, like I told someone about people not attending sessions, you are not fair enough because a lot are on their desk. Like please, I said no. I understand the situation that we are in the exam session. Please, I will like, but whenever you need my attention, let me know. I said no problem. I understand what is happening, and that is what is happening too. Because when you are dealing with people at the high rank positions, these are bound to happen. Like Dr. Abdul Manaf. Dr. Abdul Manaf opened this very program with full passion and commitment, but he was unable to actually attend the sessions until last week. And that is almost after 6 months. So these are the things that we understand, and that's the reason why we belong to that very community. So we know what is happening and the rest like that. And we are managing the situation just as it is. And we have some people that, of course, there's a position that is giving them the flexibility to actually appear. They don't miss any session. And we understood every situation of such kind of circumstances. So thank you so much, Dr. Nkubli. And I have another person here, Dr. Yusuf Olayinka Sogbeson. How are you doing, sir?
Thank you, sir. Good morning, my respected mentors. I really appreciate what the network is doing, and I am fully in support. I am ready to actively participate. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you so much. And we have yes.
Good morning, sir. Been a while. I was away for I think 2 or 3 weeks. I had a family emergency to attend to, but thankfully all is settled now.
Yeah, welcome. So what do you see to this session we are actually running this month of August?
Yeah, it's been great. I've gone back to YouTube to listen to the previous ones, and I think I'm finding it really educative and interesting. And I think I I align and I resonate mostly with many things that the speakers have said. So I'm sure I'll be able to give, if maybe at the end of the month, I'll be able to give a more comprehensive report, seeing that I'm listening to it, even though I've not been joining the meetings. But I think I'm in full support and it's quite educative for me, like I always say.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And we have a powerful young generation scholar here, leading an initiative to actually train organize a coaching class for the area. Comrade Alimi Ahmed, how are you doing?
I'm thank God, sir. We have a program with our professor and all my doctors, including our fabricator, sir, Dr. Said. So we thank God. I'm ready to be a sustainable support to community, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you so much. And yes, Adebisi Anisat, do you have any comment for today? Latifa, do you have any comment for today? Yes, Mr. Christian Chuku. You have begged me not to talk, but you want to talk. Will you talk?
Good morning, everyone. Good morning to our professors. Good morning to our doctors, and also my young sustainable champions. I want to commend the efforts of all members, and I wanted to react to what Mrs. or Miss Nora said earlier, what she said earlier on about skills acquisition, but you've responded, and your response was so great. On top of that, I would say all members should look forward for our future cohorts where you acquire some skills which are industry demand hands-on, and that's what I have to say. And for funding everywhere is almost the same, for different way we get money. Even here in the UK, I belong to one or two organizations like that. So the way we fund the organization is you have to troop out individually and go to a kind of a market square or organization or through universities and seek for funds, maybe donation, maybe £1, £2, any amount. So that's how it is done. So funding is always a critical issue in organizations, especially when it comes to voluntary organization like this. And I would like to say that for every statement that has been uttered so far and our speculations or the way we can fund this organization, I would say I subscribe to it, is one of the best way to get the wheels moving. And thank you so much for this opportunity. God bless. Have a lovely weekend.
Thank you so much. And let me just make a refresh memory of what I actually believe about this very network. I'm not seeing funding as a serious issue at all. I'm not. And I'm not seeing opportunity that people are going to benefit as a kind of something that is challenging. But what I see as very strategic for us is how we are going to coordinate this very network in a way that it will serve everybody fairly. And that is what we're actually trying to keep as our watchword. Because I believe, and the rich stability, not to talk of it, we have a quantum number of millions of generations that we want to serve. You can imagine if you are able to reach their stability. So the network has a sustainability plan and a future that we are all going to be proud of. And that is what is keeping us going. And that is the reason why we want to grow along this very commitment. So in that order, I would like our leaders to have their closing remarks for today, and we are going to close the session for today. Professor Bishnu, yes.
Yes, thank you so much, Dr. Shahid Adivasi, for your great initiative supports to establish this type of unique others is to explore themselves. They can show their potential in this platform. So of course it is a very unique, and I really grateful to you for your great contribution to develop this type of programs where knowledge exchange is there, potential in research scholars, students can explore their potential, and of course ultimate goal of this platform is to achieving sustainable development goals and building a better civilizations. So I express my sincere thanks and gratitude to Dr. Shahid Adivasi and all mentors, professors, dignitaries, students, scholars present in this platform. So that is my wish. I wish all the best for future hope. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Let me say that honestly, I'm as excited as ever when it comes to matters of this network. And I want to assure our members that all that has been put in place for members, let us all try to take the full benefit. The young ones were asking, what are the trainings? I begin to wonder, this our young researcher might be joining just of recent. Otherwise, we've had so much interactive section and training in the past, and we still have so many more. Skill acquisition, and it is the skill that sells all over the world now. It's not certificate, it's not qualification. So anytime there is any call for participants in on any of our meeting and skill training, let our young ones take advantage of all this. Like me, of recent, I joined a training organized by NUC on project proposal development, grant proposal development and the like. So, and it's anchored by Professor Okebukola. People begin to ask me, why do you still register for such a training, such a course? I said, well, knowledge kept increasing, and I should not be tired of acquiring knowledge, acquiring skill, and that will keep me going. Except very soon somebody want to be a professor that is no more relevant. If we want to continue to be relevant in this generation, the body of knowledge, we should continue to do our best in all that we do. Thank you so very much, and I'm very, very grateful that we are able to hold today's program again. And let me appreciate Dr. Yusuf and all our international colleagues. And Dr. Saeed, you are doing a very wonderful job. I want to assure you that we are there with you all through. And we will not mind do everything that is expected of us. Thank you so very much. I appreciate you. After this session, I will definitely hang on and join my other meeting. Thank you and thank you.
Thank you so much, Professor Henry. Your closing remarks for today, Professor Henry.
Thank you again for the kind invite of your good self, Dr. Shahid Adivasi. Thank you so much. I am so honored. I'm very humbled to meet all of my colleagues. Yeah, feels like I'm traveling now to your home, to your hometown, to your countries, and hopefully one day maybe we can meet each other live, face to face, in one of these, one of our functions, one of the duties that we do. I personally hope that we can help you. We help realize all the targets, all the aims and objectives of GSLSN, especially from the Asian side, ASEAN side, Association of Southeast Asian Nations. We hope that we can help to contribute, and we have under us many young lecturers, for example, young academics, and many more students who are very much interested in the things that we've discussed: sustainability, climate change, eradicating poverty, things like that. These are very close. These are matters which are very close to our hearts. We hope that we can realize all of the projects. Thank you again. I pray and hope that all of you are fine and well wherever you are in the world, and that you are always healthy and fine with you and your lovely, darling families. Thank you again, Dr. Shahid. Congratulations to all the members. Thank you from Malaysia.
Thank you so much. And yes, the final remarks from Professor Yusuf Floresma.
Thank you very much, Dr. Adebisi, our facilitator, the leader of the group. Thank you very much for your commitment and for the passion you have for the program and for the network. And I want to appreciate everybody, all the participants, Dr. Busney, Professor Harry, Professor, what's our professor that I just left? Appreciate everybody and all the participants. Honestly, we have contributed greatly this morning. And if all of us can just keep going this way, we will get there very soon and achieve the vision and mission of this network. I want to say a very big thank you to everybody. And I want us to keep moving so that we don't stop at any point. And honestly, creating time to attend things like this is a good one. So I want to encourage all the participants to always create time. Have it in mind. Whatever you create time for, you will get the benefits from it. So once again, I want to say a very big thank you to everybody. And I wish them all the best in all. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And like we used to do, one of the young is going to actually close this session by thanking all our leaders and also the participants. And I will call on Adebisi Latifat. Adebisi Latifat close this session for us today by thanking all our leaders that are finding time to be here.
Yes. Thank you, Dr. Said, the and leaders of this network. I want to sincerely appreciate our headers for creating times out of their commitment, and then there are various different commitments, but they still create time for us. And I know with them ready to support us in this group, we'll have a lot of skills to learn from them. We really appreciate you all, and God will continue to strengthen you in good health and wealth and mass. Thank you, Dr. Said, for the opportunity.
Yes, thank you. And till the next session, we thank everybody and we say goodbye for now. And enjoy the rest of the weekend. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Yes,
Everyone.
thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We are